from Disney, when everybody else was preached it up, was the man who gets a hold of everybody, who gets a hold of the impossible. The most impossible people that you think that we can't get a hold of, I get a hold of. And the only reason we got to the bottom of it was because of Bob and myself. And the only reason that JBL interview got over was because I carried the whole interview. Me and Michael Porter.
And Phil was talking about such a claim to success, and he thought, and when he got found out for being the tweener in things, and what he tried doing with Blog Talk Radio to really screw over J.T. Evans, which they found out later on when they really investigated it. J.T. Evans never once hacked into his BTR site, so J.T. Evans got things back. The only one who got screwed over in that one was Phil. Phil.
And where's Phil now? Nobody's heard from Phil in years.
And he says you can consider yourself blackballed. You can consider this. You can consider that. I said, yeah. I said, you're not connected. I said, Ernest Miller was never going to donate $300 to Michael Porter's thing. Neither was Sid Vicious. You had nothing but a story there. I said, you're trying to live off of my idea and say it was your idea to do the Michael Porter benefit marathon. I said, congratulations, you screwed it up. And he screamed, you could consider yourself blackballed now. I said, I looked at him, I laughed. I said,
listen,
you couldn't blackball me if I was the worst. I said, you couldn't blackball me if I was the worst wrestling show on the internet.
What it comes down to, Bob, supposing I lie down tonight and I die, if this is the last time you ever hear from me, what it comes down to is me and you were the only reasons that these people ever got a hold of who they got a hold of. And they had better not forget us. That's what it comes down to. The only reason that people like Todd Frizzle, Brittany Ott, fucking J.T. Evans, Phil Jones, they say, Jonathan Gart, you're full of shit. Okay? But the point is, I came on here. I said I was involved with radio for 16 years. I was. And people use that to their advantage to get these people. There are people out there who have made thousands of dollars off me, and if I ever knew who they were, I'd probably have a heart attack because there have been thousands of dollars made off me. I was the only one who reached Disney. I was the only one who got a response from Disney. I was the only one who had these numbers, and Bob was the only one who was capable enough to produce a show for these idiots. And they had better not forget that the bottom line is, we can rant about it all we want, but the bottom line is, point blank, at the end of the day, we were the only reason that they got anywhere. I was the only reason that they got the numbers that they got, because I got over 2,000. And they had better not forget it, supposing this is the last time anyone ever hears from me. And I hope that they don't, because we were the ones who made it possible, and we were the ones who got them to where they are. And that's why we survived. That's why we walked through hell, and we're here. We survived it with the Chris Cashes, the Rick Bizzles, the Casey Carnages, the J.T. Evans, the Phil Jones, the Jimmy Falcons, who criticizes me to this day that I only apparently have one Facebook picture, which I don't know whose ass his head is so far up, because apparently I only got one Facebook picture. But if you look at my timeline, and Bob can attest for this because Bob follows my shit religiously, there were 500 pictures of me on Facebook.
Hell, there's video of you doing karaoke, for Pete's sake.
Come on. I sing Achy Breaky Heart with me and my buddy who helps me produce it. I sing Achy Breaky Heart better than Billy Ray Cyrus ever could.
You needed a little help there on I'm Too Sexy, though.
I did. I'm Too Sexy was a bit outrageous. The thing that got the I'm Too Sexy over was the stripping. If not for that, that would have been a horrible video. But the thing is, when me and my buddy were doing that, I said, okay, I know that this is not a song that, I'm really good at, but it fits the character that I portrayed for years on the internet. So here's the backup plan. If the singing doesn't get over, I'll strip halfway through. And he didn't think I was going to do it, but he died. He was there behind the camera, and he was recording it, and he said, halfway through he was dying laughing, and he got the whole thing on video. That's what happened. That's what got the video. The thing is, I know that I'm not good at a lot of stuff. The thing is, I always get a backup plan to get the hits. We didn't think the Billy Ray Cyrus video was going to get over, the Achy Breaky Heart karaoke, but it did. We thought that was going to be the shittiest one, but it turned out to be the best one because I got the most likes out of that. And the thing is, at least I was able to challenge people like Chris Cash, who thought they were the only ones who could sing karaoke and get away with it. And I'm happy that I was able to do it. I'm happy that I got pictures tonight with a girl from Australia. I'm happy tonight that I was able to do those pictures, get those pictures up. I'm happy that I was able to post over 100 pictures through the timeline. If you go through the timeline, I do have a digital camera, and I do take pictures of myself, and I got more than one picture. And I'm not that bad looking of a dude. I'm not a 500-pound. That's what people hate me for. I come on the internet, and I claim that I'm the best looking man in the world, and I actually am a decent looking young man who actually has a head on his shoulders, who is actually sensible, and I'm not 500 pounds. That's why people don't like me. I'm not 500 pounds, and I'm not grotesque. That's why Jimmy Falcon shoots on me as much as what he does. That's why J.T. Evans hated my guts. And that's why everybody hated me just point blank, because I was a legit person who was honest. I was a legit person who was honest, and I actually helped people and didn't charge people a cent for doing what I did. And I don't regret helping Bob. I don't regret helping people who didn't take it for granted. When people said that people like Matt Alvarez would never make it, I helped Matt. He got to where he is because I helped him. Bob was able to overcome Chris Cash and the WRN because I helped him. I did things for him that Casey Carnage wanted to make a pile of money off of. And that's what people hate. That's why people hate me, because I'm there. I got the software to help people that they're charging an arm and a leg for. And that's what they don't like.
Yeah, well, people, that's the way they're going to be. I mean, they really don't see things for what they are. They don't want to see. So, whoa, what is this? Okay, let's take care of this here. Okay, just took care of that. I mean, it's you got to have a passion to do something if you want to see it work. To see it work, and a lot of people, they just don't. They just simply don't do it. I think that's the best way to put it.
They don't, and they're never going to do it. They don't want to do it. They want to come in. There was a young man named Todd Frizzle who wanted to come in and simply put dominate radio. How in the hell are you going to dominate radio when you're calling me every 5 minutes looking for a fucking number?
Oh well, here's the big thing. He took advantage of Brittany Ott in such a big way, and Brittany, I know Brittany has her stubbornness about her. I haven't talked to her in a while. I often referred to her as my niece, and I did, and I treated Brittany like that. But Brittany, he took real advantage of her in such a bad way, and I don't think he would ever understand what he had done.
Brittany got out of it. Brittany was one of the few that actually was able to get away from it before it got too late. That's what I have a lot of respect for Brittany for, even though Brittany was a bit dysfunctional because of Todd. Brittany was one of those people that got away from it before it was too late. Because when you get involved with wrestling, you do have what I like to call a calm period where you can get involved with it and you can get away from it before it's too late. Myself and Bob, take my word for it, did not get away from it. And that's why it haunts us. That's why we're on here talking about it, and we're so frustrated about it, and that's what people don't understand. That's why people like Kristen, that's why people like Noel, that's why people can never wrap their minds around why we are so fucked up. We are so fucked up because we didn't get away from it. And that will follow us to the day we die. But the thing about Brittany was one of those exceptional few that was able to get away from it. And that's why Brittany's not in an insane asylum.
Well, Brittany did what she had to do. I mean, she knew